Hey YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Grills here, and today we have a different but exciting video on the channel. Today we have my very first tutorial. Now when I say tutorial, I throw it around lightly. This is more of a tips and tricks sort of video, just to improving like your sniping in general, rather than a full-blown tutorial on what to do step by step. Now when you first played Counter-Strike, you've probably come from a game like Call of Duty, picked up an AWP and thought, hey, I'm going to be the best sniper in the world and quickscope all these scrubs, like hit trick shots and stuff. That's not what CSGO is about. You probably tried, failed, and haven't touched the AWP since. Or if you have, you're looking to this video to give you a few tips and tricks just to set you aside and make you better than the average sniper. These tips will help you go from 0 to pro and impress like Kenny S. Now, before we get started, I want to say that I wouldn't consider myself a great Counter-Strike player. I'm alright, but I'm not great. But with enough practice and keeping these tips in mind, anyone can improve into a great player. Tip number 1, sensitivity. The most important thing when AWPing on CS is your sensitivity. Quite often people come across from games like Call of Duty and play with an incredibly high sensitivity, like they're trying out for FaZe or something. Well, don't. The honest answer is don't. If you YouTube how to get the correct sensitivity on CS, you'll find numerous helpful videos on what your sensitivity should be. Me personally, I play with a sensitivity of roughly 2.15 in game, and sniping in Counter-Strike is all about being accurate. And so as you can imagine, with a high sensitivity, like, it's a lot harder to hit a shot. And you might as well play with a low sensitivity, make sure your shots are precise and you land those shots when you need them to be. And then as you improve, you can increase your sensitivity higher. The second tip I have for you is practice. Now this might seem like an obvious one, but you'd be surprised how often it is overlooked. Counter-Strike is a game with a steep learning curve. It is not your typical FPS where you can just pick up a controller and get a 10 kill streak first time. You need to practice, and then once you've done that, practice some more. The best way to start off AWPing, in my opinion, is to go offline, play against harmless bots, they don't shoot you, and once you feel you have a grasp for it, then turn the bots up. And then once you feel like you've practiced enough against those bots, then you can go online in deathmatch before going into a competitive match. Now, Counter-Strike isn't just a game that you're going to be incredible at overnight. You need to practice, and you need just keep practicing. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's just practice, take into mind these tips, and you will improve. You're not going to be incredible. You're not going to be a pro sniper on the very first day you get Counter-Strike. It takes weeks, months, years to get to a high enough level to call yourself a decent AWPer and establish yourself as an AWPer within a team. Tip number 3, warm up. I'm not talking about the short warm-up at the start of the game that's like 45 seconds where you like see what map you're on and you play against some bots or maybe the enemy team when they eventually load into the game. I'm talking about a proper warm-up. Counter-Strike isn't a game where you can just leave it for a couple of weeks, come back and expect to be as good as you were before. Unless you were terrible, then you'll come back and you will still be terrible. But my advice to you is, and this is what I do before any competitive match, well not before any, before like my first competitive match of the day, is go online, go onto deathmatch, and play however many games it is until I surpass 100 kills. If that's 2 games, then that's incredible. But if it's 3, 4, 5, then I will stay playing deathmatch until I hit 100 kills. If at this point I feel I'm ready, then I will hop online. But if not, I will continue to, I don't know, 150, maybe 200 if I'm really having an off day. But this is a massively important tip, because if you play poorly online in a competitive match, it doesn't just affect you, it affects your teammates. And they'll either have to carry you, and if they can't carry you, then you guys could be handed the L. And if you get the L, then you could get the D rank, and your teammates could get D ranked. So it's not just unfair on them, it's unfair on you as well. So just make sure you're properly warmed up and ready to go before you hop into anything serious with an AWP. Final tip is double tap. Now I don't know if this has an official name or anything, double tap is just what I call it. But when I was watching pro matches online, I found that like when the AWPers would be playing, they'd take a shot and normally the AWP zoomed straight back in. But what they would do is they'd pull out their knife or they'd pull out their AWP again and it wouldn't zoom. And so I managed to figure out, and what it is if you double tap Q or whatever button you have assigned to a previous weapon, if you double tap it, then it will pull out, say what would be your knife or your secondary weapon or whatever it was set to before, and then pull out the sniper again. So if you double tap it really quick, it just literally pulls your sniper out. The same as like double tapping Y in Call of Duty. And this literally exits the second stage of the zoom. It basically resets it, and so you don't have to aim back in again. and then you can move around. You can see if you need to take a better shot or anything, and it saves you so much time and is one of the most effective things to do online. It will save you so much time, help you improve, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much if you have stayed towards the end of the video. If you have liked the video, please do leave a like, comment and subscribe, and any feedback is more than welcome, so please leave your comments down below. Thank you and see ya. Come on, we don't care about any of these other animals. We want some bear steak sandwiches. Come on, don't worry, we'll find him soon. Just bear with me.